Babe, I'm still bleeding. You know if that's normal?
So what you've been through?
Like, control it sometimes, and it's like, I still have to be a mom.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it doesn't stop. Like, I can't, and I don't want her to see me, you know.
Nika Diwa is an influential mom who has simply just refused to stop using her family and personal mishaps for content.
Please don't say my name. Please don't say my name. Darla.
Already notorious for exploiting her kids and oversharing every detail of her life, she simply refuses to stop.
I remember.
She's the mom who filmed her toddler's diaper change while preaching about private parts, only to delete it after viewers called it exploitative.
This area right here, this is your private part. So only mama's allowed to change it.
My uncle do it.
No uncles change diaper.
Can my dad do it?
Your dad can do it. Yeah,
My mom do it?
I can, yes. No boys are allowed except daddy. If someone changes your diaper, say,
I have to ask.
oh, I have to ask.
Yeah. It's my body.
Okay, may I change your diaper, please?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
She's staged fake cheating scandals and divorce jokes with her husband, Amika, all for clicks.
Guys, I don't know how to tell you this, but I think I'm gonna need to divorce my husband. His lack of awareness has just gotten too overwhelming, and I just don't think I can do this anymore. He's had some complications, so we were at the hospital, and the doctors could not figure out his blood type.
She's leaned hard into her biracial kids' identities, turning their blackness into a prop for validation, and flipped her parenting rules like when she dragged her kids to an orphanage to teach them gratitude, then was preaching body cues the next day. From faking panic attacks to sharing intimate details about her marriage, Nika's content thrives on melodrama, often at the expense of her family's dignity and her kids' well-being.
I can't wait to go on vacation. All right. You're gonna pour it. So fun.
Every moment, every tantrum, every milestone, every raw, messy struggle is filmed and uploaded for clicks, even after she's been called out by the internet fans who have had enough, with comments from social media users like, "Nika Diwa, you will not see heaven, and I hope your children are kept safe and away from you. I have a strong hatred towards Nika Diwa on TikTok. Sometimes I think Nika Diwa does too much." It's not just on Twitter. Reddit threads, TikTok comments, and YouTube exposés have torn into her for years now, calling her out for exploiting her daughters, prioritizing views over privacy, and staging her life for clout. Yet Nika hasn't backed down till date. If anything, she's leaned deeper into her toxic habits, finding new ways to spark outrage.
When you're just giving birth, forget pads. It's not going to stand a chance. Okay, these are all the things that I stole when I left the hospital. This ain't gonna do it. You're gonna need one of these. Popsicle for your punani. You're gonna stick it in there. 2 or 3 in there. Can't believe I'm doing this on the internet. Like, do you have no shame? Spray some on there. Do you see? This is not enough. I mean, this is like a garbage truck. So no, we're not doing that. Instead, you're going to get these. It is tight. It will keep everything in. It's not a garbage truck. It's a Bugatti.
From emotionally burdening her young daughters to copying other creators' content, dodging questions about her husband's shady past, and even promoting cosmetic procedures to her impressionable audience, Nika's refusal to change has pushed her critics to the brink. So much so that some Reddit users have threatened to call the CPS on her, citing the vulnerable state of her daughters. With all of these going on, the house stops feeling like a home and starts feeling like a never-ending set.
I don't wanna talk. Other things we've been through, though it's hurting me.
With over 3 million followers on TikTok and about 7 million across all platforms, she's built an empire by turning her family into a relatable content factory. But as we've seen before, her version of relatable is anything but. Her story proves some influencers will literally do anything to stay relevant, no matter the cost. For those who may not remember, Nika's content wasn't always like this. For most of her early career as an influencer, she was genuinely loved and admired by her audience. She started out as a style and fashion blogger, sharing tips and inspiration that resonated with thousands. In those early days, she even hosted and organized fashion events that encouraged young women to embrace their bodies, no matter their size, shape, or color.
Fashion blogger and New York-based fashion stylist Nika Diwa shared styling tips along encouraging women of all ages to love their bodies regardless of size, shape, and color at Karen's Kitchen Cafe in Capitolio, Pasig City. The intimate event was attended by select fashion bloggers and enjoyed an afternoon tea party prepared by Chef Karen Young, owner of Karen's Kitchen.
Then she met her husband, Amika, and they got married and had kids. It was during this period that she started vlogging more about her experience with childbirth and pregnancy. And due to her relatable and authentic vibe, she quickly gained a lot of followers.
7, 8, 9, 10. Amazing. That was so good. So proud of you. Yeah, so proud of you. So what are y'all doing tonight?
I'm not sure if it's mine. It's a little white.
No, I didn't even know if I could have another baby. God, but you. But you did, God. We just seal this day with so much celebration and gratitude. In your name we pray. Amen. Amen. Thank you so much, guys. We'll get you. I never know how.
Since that period, she has kept up with the constant publicity of her family life, the birth of their second child, and how she's been raising the both of them. But more recently, she's been called out constantly for putting her kids in front of the camera, turning their every move into content. The latest wave of criticism she's faced takes these things to a whole new level. It's not just about filming private moments anymore. It's also about the emotional burden she's piling onto her young daughters, forcing them to carry the weight of her insecurities. One of her most disturbing patterns of action is her parentification of her first daughter.
Mommy's not crying anymore. Mommy was sad, but I'm okay now. See, Daddy, give Mommy. See? See, we're okay. You want to give us a hug?
Daddy wants to.
See? It's okay. It's okay if Mommy and Daddy argue sometimes, because sometimes Mommy cries, but it's sometimes Mommy's sad, sometimes Zizi cries. Sometimes Daddy cries, but it's okay. People cry sometimes. When we cry, what can we do? Count to 10? Or we can talk and use our words. We're okay now. We're done crying. For now.
Parentification is what happens when a child is pushed into an adult role and is made to handle emotional or practical responsibilities that should fall on the parent. And Nika's fans, especially on Reddit, have been sounding the alarm. In early 2025, viewers noticed a recurring theme in her videos. Her eldest daughter, barely school-aged, is often shown comforting Nika during her so-called meltdowns. One clip that sparked outrage showed her daughter holding her hand, trying to pull her out of bed saying, "It's okay, Mommy," while Nika laid there saying that she was depressed.
Why are you in bed at a time? It's not nighttime.
Oh, honey, because Mama is just feeling tired sometimes she feels sick and...
It's not nighttime.
Yeah, you're right, it's not nighttime.
You need to get that.
I need to...
Because we need more cereal.
Okay, and we need to wipe your nose.
No.
The camera, of course, was perfectly positioned to capture everything during this interaction. The caption for that video read, "One of my greatest fears is her realizing I struggle with mental illness. How do I explain this to a toddler?" But the viewers didn't buy it. They pointed out that a child that young shouldn't be tasked with soothing her mother's emotions, stating that it was just unnatural and could prove to be harmful in the long run. A Reddit user put it bluntly, "Nika's turning her kid into a therapist, and she's filming it for clout. It's disgusting." Another TikTok user questioned why most of her recent content was centered all around her kids, their lives, and actions. This still wasn't a one-off event. There are multiple videos from her page over the past few months that show her daughter stepping in to manage Nika's moods, whether it's offering hugs during a bad day or apologizing for making Mommy sad.
Are you ready to apologize to Mommy, or do you need more time? All right. No, what? No, you got to do it without whining. Look at me. If you're ready to apologize, you can come to Mom and say, "I'm sorry."
sorry.
Many argue this creates a dynamic where the child feels responsible for her mother's emotional stability, robbing her of a carefree childhood. Also, trained psychologists have long warned parents that parentification can lead to anxiety, low self-esteem, and even depression in kids, as they're forced to prioritize their parents' needs over their own. But for Nika, it's just another storyline to keep her audience hooked. And it gets worse. This pattern ties into another major criticism, which is Nika's narcissistic tendencies. Online discussions have labeled her behavior as textbook narcissism. She seems to thrive on being the center of attention, even when it means overshadowing her kids. In one video, she interrupts her daughter's story time to talk about her own struggles, redirecting the focus to herself. Another clip shows her praising her husband for putting her above the kids, reinforcing a dynamic where she's the star of the family show. A Reddit commenter summed it up. Nika's not parenting, she's performing. Her kids are just props in her quest for validation. What's chilling is how Nika frames these moments as empowering. She'll post captions about teaching resilience or showing real motherhood, but viewers can see through it.
Like with my first pregnancy, it was so hard, and sometimes I feel like with this one, like I'm actually happy.
You deserve to be happy.
And I feel like because I'm happy, like I'm being selfish.
No, that's a lie. That's not fair. That's not true or fair to me.
Like I feel like
even Zuri don't like that either. She's like, that's a lie on me.
Like I'm just not used to like having space for myself, and I feel like I'm almost like a martyr. Like it's good to like suffer for yourself. Like it's so, I can't believe I'm even saying this because I would never tell a mom. I'd be like, that's a lie.
Every family has sacrifices, and the sacrifice is different for every family. You probably would desire to breastfeed, but you're making a better sacrifice to not, so that you can show up better for your family. That's a sacrifice to be proud of, not shamed for, so that baby can flourish, mommy can flourish, daddy can flourish, everybody can flourish.
The perfectly angled shots, the dramatic music, the rehearsed tears, everything about it just feels staged to tug at the heartstrings of her audience and drive up engagement. And her daughters are caught in the crossfire, forced to play along in a narrative that's more about Nika's ego than their well-being. But the emotional manipulation doesn't stop with her kids. Nika's also been called out for leaning into a pick-me persona, fishing for sympathy from her audience. In one of her videos, she shared a tearful monologue about feeling unseen as a mom, only to pivot a sponsored post for a brand minutes later, talking about the best home dates idea.
Nest of flowers, I sit for hours, telling all the bluebirds, the feeling cool birds, pretty little baby, I'm so in love with you. Now it's just a nest of flowers.
This didn't just happen one time either. In another video she's filmed by her husband, who found her feeling overwhelmed and depressed as he walked into their closet. There he finds her crying and carries her out to the bedroom. Next thing, there's an ad for a mental health regulation app.
Baby, are you... Oh. Baby, I'm so sorry. Are you able to follow me into this? Able to do this with me? All right. Step one, we're gonna do something fun to kind of alleviate some of the stress. We're gonna do some coloring together. We're gonna color a gingerbread house, okay? Number two, my love, I'm gonna give you something beautiful to look forward to so we can kind of change the feeling like the whole world is coming in on you, right? And for number three, right, we're gonna plug into the Bezzy app because of our need for community. We're gonna take advantage of all the resources that'll help make you feel a little better, all right? One step at a time, baby, all right?
The whiplash left viewers stunned. One commenter wrote, "She's crying for attention one second, then selling products to us the next. It's all an act." Others call her out for the ingenuity in the video, how it's all staged to look like it's a real-life occurrence. Him finding her in the closet while he was already recording, the fake tears, and the ad plug-in before the end of the video. Just another staged drama for money. But that didn't derail her from seeking sympathy from her fans, even going as far as making a video about her mental health struggles and her having anxiety attacks.
You are not stupid. You are actually quite
Now, these are real-life problems that people struggle with, and making mockery of people with anxiety problems would be really insensitive. And because it's not certain if Nika truly has anxiety issues and panic attacks, we don't know for sure that she's faking it. But viewers still gave their 2 cents on the matter, with one user questioning how she could be having an anxiety attack and start pulling out her phone to record for TikTok. Another user was less critical of her and showed more appreciation for her authenticity and genuine nature, but more fans were on the critical side. Another fan who has experienced anxiety attacks also called out her action to record the whole experience as unusual, and another user trolled her by saying that's an AI-generated panic attack. This performative vulnerability, paired with her habit of centering herself in every family moment, paints a picture of a mom and influencer who's less interested in authenticity and more obsessed with staying relevant. The main worry for her audience is how all this could affect her kids long term. And this has also prompted a number of them to try and take action by getting the Child Protective Services involved. Back in Nika's dedicated subreddit, members of the community had a discussion considering the path of getting the authorities involved in her case, as there's been increased public concern about what the kids and how they've lived most of their life, if not all, on camera. With one user adding that there are grounds to get social services involved in the issue. Whether or not CPS was called is unknown, but she still isn't slowing down. One other way that Nika Diwa is keeping the controversy alive has been by borrowing a little too heavily from other creators. Over the past few months, fans on Reddit and TikTok have been coming up with accusations that Nika's content is less relatable mom and more recycled viral hit, passing off their ideas as her own to keep her clout-chasing machine running. Users have spotted her mimicking popular trends like the #I'veBeenThereMama trend and other skits word for word, and even camera angles from other creators, often without credit. A video she posted earlier this year raised a few eyebrows when she recreated a popular mom burnout skit, originally posted by another creator, focusing on her personal struggles as a mom.
I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think that they'd understand when everything's made to be broken. I just want you to know who I am.
But Nika quickly co-opted it and made her own version of the said video.
And I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think that they'd understand when everything's made to be broken. I just want you to know who I am. And you
While many people understand that as content creators it can be hard to be original all the time, the move just didn't feel right, especially as she didn't even bother to acknowledge the original creator. It was unoriginal, and it also seemed like it was co-opting someone else's narrative for clout. Reddit users tore into her, with one saying, Nika's not creating content, she's just riding other people's waves and slapping her kids' faces on it for views. The lack of authenticity stings, especially when her daughters are front and center, acting out scripts that weren't even her idea. What's worse is how this ties back to her exploitation of her kids. By recycling trends, Nika's not just borrowing ideas or stealing ideas, but she's forcing her children to perform in these staged scenarios, often for hours to nail the perfect take. Viewers have noticed their daughters looking tired or disengaged in some clips, raising questions about the toll of being props in their mom's trend-chasing machine.
No. I'm not taking a picture. I'm not taking a picture with that. I'm not taking a picture of that. No, don't take a picture of the cup. It's not wrong here. It's not the fly.
One Reddit post from April 2025 put it clearly. Her kids are being dragged through these knockoff videos just so Nika can stay relevant. It's not creative, it's desperate at best. This obsession with piggybacking on others' success shows Nika's less interested in telling her own story and more focused on gaming the algorithm, no matter the cost to her family. But if you thought copying content was the only thing keeping Nika in the hot seat, buckle up, because we're now digging into something even shadier, something relating to her husband Amika's past and the question she's been dodging about it. For years, Nika's portrayed her marriage as a wholesome and sometimes dramatic love story. But whispers about Amika's history have been growing louder, and in 2025 they've exploded into a full-blown controversy. Reddit threads and even comments on TikTok have zeroed in on Amika's 2008 arrest for child abandonment, a detail that's been circulating online but is rarely, if ever, addressed by Nika herself. Under the comments in one of her videos, a fan asked her to talk about her husband's child neglect charges. Court records that have been dug up by curious sleuths show Amika was charged after allegedly leaving a child from a previous relationship without support. The police report states that there were calls from neighbors concerning the very loud music that was coming for his apartment, and when they went to go check it out, nobody answered the door. So they had to breach it. After forcing their way into the house, they realized that there was a child asleep in the house all alone with no one around supervising or anything like that. The officers then, in their rights, assumed that the child was abandoned and decided to take the young boy with them to the police station. Shortly after, Amika returned to the house and realized that his house was broken into and that his son was missing. He immediately called the police to report what had just happened, only to be told by them that they had his son in their custody. Their report further claims that Amika showed up to the station irate and under the influence of alcohol, suggesting that he must have been out the whole time. But eventually the whole stuff was cleared up and Amika was allowed to go home with his son. After a court hearing, he was also cleared and discharged of any criminal record of child abandonment or child neglect. By the time this news was broken in a subreddit dedicated to Nika Diwa, the members of the sub were immediately tearing into Amika for his alleged actions, according to the police report. But he did not just sit it out and let people lie on him and accuse him of a crime that never even happened. Under the account name @Mex77, he decided to interact with these fans and tell his own story. In his version of the story, he never left the house. Instead, he was at the roof deck of their apartment building in Vernon Street, Boston, where he was smoking and making some phone calls when the police unlawfully broke into his house without a warrant or any other kind of permission. Amika admitted that he was actually playing music, but instead that it was not loud. He then went on to add that he was a victim of racism from his neighbors and the officers, who only acted in that manner because he's a black man. He also added that while at the police station, he was just declared intoxicated without any proof because he verbally destroyed them, and they were trying to play him as another angry black man. The case inspired a number of questions from members of the subreddit, like this user who asked if he played loud music because he wanted to distract the child from realizing that he was alone. Others taunted her, saying, imagine marrying a man like Amika and then celebrating him on social media like he's something special. Although this was before his public explanation, this story also brought to light the fact that Amika also has a grown son from a previous relationship, a fact that Nika again barely mentions in her content. Fans argue this omission is deliberate, painting an incomplete picture of their family to maintain their perfect couple brand. One Reddit user summed it up. She's out here filming every detail of her kids' lives, but Amika's past? Crickets. What's even crazier is how Nika handles questions about this. In a rare Q&A video referenced in the subreddit, when a fan asked about Amika's background, she brushed it off with a vague response, saying that they're only focusing on their family now. The non-answer didn't sit well, especially since she's so quick to air other personal details for content. Commenters called it hypocritical, with one writing, she'll share her kids' most vulnerable moments but won't touch her husband's past? That's a red flag. The secrecy feels like a calculated move to protect her brand. And it doesn't just raise questions about Amika, it also casts a shadow over Nika's entire narrative. Her content thrives on the image of a tight-knit family. But the unanswered questions about her husband's history make viewers wonder what else she's hiding. And when you pair that with her habit of staging arguments and joking about divorce, it paints a picture of a relationship that's less stable than she wants us to believe. One thing's clear to everyone, though. Nika's selective storytelling is starting to unravel, and no one is letting her off the hook. However, Nika and Amika eventually got ahead of this by sharing another wholesome family moment with the son that was said to be abandoned and neglected. But even this move raised questions due to the caption used in the video, where the son was referenced to as a bonus son. A fan asked what that meant, but was quickly clarified. From stealing content to dodging questions about her husband's past, Nika's controversies in 2025 just keep piling up, and she shows no sign of slowing down. She's now pushing questionable beauty standards and putting parenting on the back burner, all with a camera pointed at her every move. Lately, she's been promoting cosmetic procedures to her young audience and leaning on daycare to clear her schedule for more filming while the internet watches. In a series of videos from May 2025, she partnered with a cosmetic company to talk about her postpartum body, specifically her flabby stomach, as she called it.
Oh, you think 'cause she ain't stepped out in a while, 'cause she been handling things around the house, handling the kids, that she ain't still pressure? Oh, yeah? Hey, I just thought I'd let you know your baby mama still got it. Let her know that she pressure, bro, you know she still got it. Stretch marks don't matter, that's what come with the kids. And I like the way she...
The kicker? She didn't just share her insecurities as she normally does. This time she discussed them in front of her husband and toddler, framing her body as something that needed fixing after childbirth.
I used to be really self-conscious about this area right here after having a baby. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna wear the bikini because I'm not. Anyway, H&M has the best bikinis this summer. Oh my God, I didn't even realize that you were there. Such a pretty color green. It keeps everything tight. It's giving White Lotus. Have you seen Baywatch? I like the cut is cutting. I mean, honestly, she feels expensive. I'm talking about me.
One clip showed her telling her daughter, "Mommy's tummy isn't like it used to be," before going into a glowing review of a body sculpting procedure. The sponsored post was subtle, tucked into her relatable mom narrative, but viewers weren't fooled. A commenter pointed out that the message was not great for a child. This wasn't a one-off. Nika leaned hard into her appearance, often boasting about looking like a 20-year-old despite being in her mid-30s. Then she gushed about how cosmetic treatments help her stay youthful for her kids, implying that her natural postpartum body wasn't good enough. Many argue this sends a toxic message to her young daughters and her audience, many of whom are impressionable teens or new moms. A Reddit thread from June 2025 called it out with a comment saying, "Nika is pushing this idea that you need to look perfect to be a good mom. It's not empowering, it's predatory, especially with kids watching." The concern isn't just about body image. It's about Nika using her platform to profit off of insecurities while involving her children in the narrative, dragging them into yet another problematic storyline. What's even more troubling is how this ties into her broader pattern of prioritizing content over parenting. By framing her body as a problem in front of her daughter, she's not just promoting a procedure, she's also unknowingly planting seeds of self-doubt in a child too young to process it. And all that for what? A paycheck and a few thousand likes. But if you thought that was the end of Nika's controversies, hold on, because her approach to parenting duties has sparked another firestorm. Over the past few months, critics have zeroed in on her reliance on daycare, questioning why a full-time influencer with no traditional 9-to-5 job needs to send her kids away so often. Her defense was that the influencer job was a full-time job, and she worked 24 hours a day.
Hey you guys, so I'm back and posting again. So something that people don't realize about full-time content creators is that you quit your 9-to-5 job to work 24/7. And
the disconnect was glaring. Reddit users pounced, with one writing, "She's not working a regular job, so why are her kids in daycare all the time? Oh right, so she can film TikToks without them interrupting her brand." The daycare controversy isn't just about logistics. It's a glimpse into where Nika's real priorities lie. Viewers have started to notice a pattern. She paints herself as a hands-on, relatable mom, but her videos tell a different story. More and more, it looks like she's outsourcing the realities of parenting so she can pour her time and energy into staying relevant online. What's got the internet even more heated is the speculation about what's happening off camera. Some Reddit threads from December 2024 and January 2025 have hinted at daycare workers noticing Nika's kids acting withdrawn or overly aware of being filmed, though no concrete evidence has surfaced. So where does this leave us? Each controversy has built on the last, painting a picture of a mom influencer so consumed by fame that she's lost sight of what matters, which should be her kids' well-being, her family's privacy, and her own authenticity. The internet's been loud about it, yet Nika keeps going, churning out content like nothing's wrong. She keeps digging deeper, chasing the next viral hit no matter the cost. But one thing's for sure, the internet's watching and they're not letting her slide.